By doing this brush method of doing the slope first, yeah, it may take some extra time, but the end result is well worth it because you can really control where you want your ballast to end, as well as not having it fall off later on when you come with the your spray of water and alcohol. Try not to touch the ties. The object of this is just try to do the slope. Just so that when you come with the second pass of ballast, it has teeth to grab onto the slope. Now you're going to vacuum most of this up. What I do is I'll keep my shop vac clean, and I only vacuum up the excess ballast. That way I can reuse it. Alright, so some time has passed now that the edge where the slope is pretty much dry. So the next step is to go ahead and vacuum any loose pieces that you may have. All the ballast that I've picked up, as you can see, is pretty clean. So I'll just reuse this in the next pour. Okay, so once you have your centered glued down, you have your first coat of the edge glued down. The next step is to come and fill in the area that you're missing. And in this portion, be generous, but be generous on the outside of the rail. Make sure that nothing goes back in towards the center, because you're basically done with that part. And the idea here is to create two even slopes, or one slope for that matter if you're working on a single track. Just continue filling both sides of, you have a double main, both sides of the inside of the double main track. Also, don't forget to do the outside as well. Again, there are a lot of ways to do this. This is just my way. Some guys like to do it this way, some just rather slap it on and let the glue fall where they may. Takes a lot more time doing it this way, but as you can see later on, the end result is a lot better. Okay, so once you have it pretty well covered, next step is to take a foam brush and just start brushing away the ballast from the top of the ties. Okay, once you have the ballast off of the top of the ties, now what you want to do is create a slope real gently. Just drag the foam brush along the center. Create the slope on both sides. And again, if any ballast gets on top of the ties, just go ahead and make sure they're off. The top of the ties are visible. And just shove the ballast down the slope. Now the next step is just to go ahead and wet it down with your 50 mix of water and isopropyl alcohol. It's 70% isopropyl alcohol, by the way. Now it's time to come with the 50-50 mix of glue. And you can see it wick into the slope. Make sure you run a bead along the top of the ties. Okay, so the glue's down, and now it's just a matter of waiting 24 hours for the glue to set. Then we'll come back, knock off anything that may be on top of ties, vacuum, and we'll see how it came out. Alright, and that's what you should be left with. Two nice even slopes. Now, interesting enough, while doing the video, I discovered something else by chance that could be used to facilitate the creation of the slopes, and that is just a plain and simple spoon. Once you have your slopes formed with the foam brush, lightly, just let the weight of a plastic spoon just drop in the center between both of the slopes and just drag it along, and you'll get a nice even finish, a nice even surface as you drag the spoon along. It doesn't take much, so again, don't put any weight or any force on the spoon. Just let the weight of the spoon itself, you can see I'm holding it here, and just drag it along the center line, and it'll create two nice even slopes.